Memo watching memo akaba and founder Nnawotwi adwumadie so ewo Adom TV. If you are trying ho ewa sempa 94.7 FM. Nyankopon aya Adom ema Nnawotwi fofra akaba beto ye o se yetumi dana se na yeyi na ye wone waye de ama ye nti Yehowa na se ene ye de ma wo. Na Nnawotwi akaba beto ye se de o se me ne wo yesi nkonya na ye dwendwen oman Ghana officer ye che oman no na ye de nyaye ene Ghana se be koyie se nkoyie se koyie sa nkoyie ejina ho ma me ne wo a ebo a bogu ye nyina ye ti so nti o se nyina dwendwen kwan be fa so be oman we akwane nim ene ewo na Nnawotwi adwumadie so ye share the election 2024. We are some few days away from the 7th December elections, you know. Your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power. They also notify elections in Ubia, and our beteno. Now, post for Bia Abba H, there will be a presidential, or there could be a presidential runoff. Na yebisa se motion post ni se ni esi kona o sa na uhuna na would get into that again. Expired rights ya to say as a student no nsem and a wom ora okoyuta black card nsem ni betu dwa FDA enso ede omonim ede betu dwa na ne womu anything we'll discuss that. By a bit teasy and then discussions off with ora Alan Kwadwo Tramantia wanted to be amane former president Kufuor ewo nensem bi o kan fa ba omia ho na eno na Alan Tramantin kire se nia former president Kufuor ye no the blot be aba beto any credibility ni so ye be de hunkomo ewo dwumadie so. You're from Samuel Kojo Brace, may just a voice for the production team led by Ora AC Ohene Walanso Ewoso Akosi Insia any team nihina on behalf of the camera guys, the sound, the directors. Memo akwa about to the show. You be try and tell neyaba yeba you be consum you be domosuko. Ne nyina yetumi ate ase yesi ne nsem no so tie. Na menka wo say wadwenkyere no ehia pa on the show. Enti ko Facebook na hwehwe Adom TV show we twa no e fa comment no to ase me fa na makan na mom se wonte de a me hwe na matutum pa nti comment a na opese me kan ni nyina de a ma wasam no e wonte ye twa e ho na ya ba ye ba ye be share adwumadie na ase one entra e Adom TV ene asempa 94.7 FM. Memo akwaba emfambra na Nnawotwi adwumadie so bebia obi a wo de wafide ndi ato ha no Nyankopon hyira se o ma ye kwan sa na peye meka ho we ene adwumadie a ye bɔ modern dwendwen ye nsema ba Nnawotwi we mu na ye nkwe Nnawotwi we na Professor Smart Sapon de ne research bi betu dwa na o kyerɛ se o share research ni mu a Professor Smart Sapon is Associate Professor of Statistics at Kumasi Technical University. I say Oshe Vice President Baumia Obenya Abanemu 49.1% of popular support in 2024 election nemo. Also, John Dramani Mahama followed closely with 45.8% of the vote in the survey. And Nana Kwame Bediako of the New Force, so likely to secure a little over 2% vote. Alan Kwadwo Tramantin of the Movement for Change, or predicted to place fourth, securing 1.2% of the vote. Nemum and seminal kind of could be the good TV video. So, Yaba, Menema Bejafono, Bedi Uncomo.
Director of Research and Innovation at Kumasi Technical University, Professor Smart Sapon, and Edinishushe Mubi Ababetuja, which Remudia, and she Yabatwa Babecoso December Bosom Menimuno. I had yes, one more ever sign at Tonibium.
Now, watching Naya Nanka Kamia to Abano, not or Mampenia Bedia or yet Francatuni, the Maya Bibi, not Odimukai, 49.1%, or how much Chemu, and you are 9 Kuno and Chepo Bako. And now, Mampenida that John Dramani Mahama or Nnawotwi Frankaba, Chinyama Nyoko NDC, and Sotosumienu, 45.8%. ɔhamu chichemu aduanan num echirepɔ nwɔtwe nea na ɔtɔ so mmiɛnsa ɛyɛ onua Kwame Bediako Nana Kwame Bediako ɔno nya mba ne ɔhamu chichemu mmienu echirepɔ mmienu 2.2 ɛna ɔpani Alan Chematen so ɛtɔ so 9 enya mba ne ɔhamu chichemu baako echirepɔ mmienu 1.2 nipa nkono a aka omu nyinaa so mu pɛ mampani adi no nyinaa ɔka mu ma ne nyinaa bɔ mu a onya ɔhamu chichemu baako echirepɔ nso 1.7%.
Ɛno akyi no wɔkyerɛ mu di a mmarahyɛ badwafie akonya no deɛ MPP amanyɔkuo no ɛna benya no dodoɔ mu.
In fact, Ghana ha ne yɛteɛ ne sɛ MPP ɛtae wɔ safe seats bebree ɛsen NDC because of baby a ɔmu numbers ne free ba ne ade no. Ɛnɛ yɛ kasa ɛnsesa yɛ ɛma no anaasɛ nkonwa a ɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwam no emu ɔha ɛne aduonu nwɔtwe 128 ɛna ɛnɛ yɛ kasa yi yɛbɛtumi de ɛnsɛ si so akasa NPP yeto aba no a ombedi nkunim wɔ hɔ ɛna emu ɛde mmienu 92 so obetimi do sɛ si ugbu akasa hɔ yeto aba hɔ no mu a NDC bedi nkunim hɔ afei aka aduonum nsia bi wɔ mfimfini hɔ ɛhɔ no yejama akansie no.
Well, anti Professor Smart Sapon ne dia o de baye ɛno ɛna wa ya akɔhwɛ no na mema mabedwafo akɔ Benjamin Jewu Apia dodo na friend Benghazi, a member of the MPP's National Communications Team. Benghazi, good morning.
Kojo.
Yeah, what there?
2 million era near the ono na wo hu ya mobile man pay. Yetumi aba betina hanom. Menya ne sei no. Minchiao na memfa wa fidi kesi so. Enchia eye Miami Mami Madam Gloria. All call for trouble constituency no. Okay. Msem penufu bi mo agibra mo hwen. Nchia the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer for Lands Commission. Honorable Benata. Okay. And also Anope. Menda se wakwenya modi amaye se yenso yembra mechira dodo na wo fie na nim nyansa krase na yakwenya ne yenya Anope medawase. All right, yo.
Meso medase menu of NDC ebaye Godwin Mahama osi ono former President Mahama Mano Toso 8 that's our trick. Yeah.
And until I break it.
Godwin, but that's a good one. What you was
Mami and Nnawotwi. Enchi amini abema mi share na ache. I am monitor na some propaganda and unnecessary issues on them radio and TV from left, right, center. Obubum. Minchi ame MP. Honorable Ampem Nyakon.
Okay.
MP for Sujaman constituency.
Oh, okay.
Sujaman for Ajinatum and Rana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I would have constituency and I will share I will say pair and the number of people that gathered our Timpokua. I'm not in doubt. Say it's a mind for any mistake. Say almost retaining for the second time. Almost I'm retaining for the third time. I mean, chair a parliamentary candidate and so Honorable Isaac Awuku Yibo, parliamentary candidate for Domiabra Obom constituency. Okay. And also no me wojidi mapa. Say the people of Domiabra ebe share NDC Enimonyam. Last week float from Hobo down to Domiabra. And when you look at the crowd, I equally don't doubt say Nkrofono ebe to santene ato aba ebi amano. The wind of change, a blow. Okay. As for the wind of change there, a blow. Okay. And that wind of change, a blow towards the NDC's favor. Until meaning say, you benya a lot of seats, contrary to their Professor.
Any, 10 minutes on this particular matter. Yeah. Oh. Osha, let me just give a bit of a background. I'll say, survey we conducted across 4,272 communities in all the 276 constituencies. Na omo ana omo bisa nkofo 99,355 ano na a highlight a clear edge in favor of Dr. Bami and the critical regions of Ahafo, Ashanti, Bono, Central, Eastern, Northeast, and the Western. Yeah.
minia mamenda wase na menda wotiefo ni na nso ase ma coming across the survey me pese me bie the survey content no na me de edi enkomo
okay
but before I maybe as for the NDC miribia no ye gi survey bia etum irrespective of obia or conduct survey no intino officially meaning say party no ya som said the TBA eno ye 1 2 as I say ye metie for so eti ase who Professor Smart Sapon because sometimes you know nipa no ni su ene ne ban ena bebi ofi ba no sometimes e contribute to some of the maybe nipa no
or research.
Oh yes.
Really?
Oh yes. Because the biases will find space in there.
Oh, an academic
Professor,
research.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Because we have politics and
Okay.
Professor Smart Sapon MPP Nimapa. Or a former patron for MPP educational wing. I am friend of TESCON. Ewo Kumasi Technical University.
Okay.
Formerly Kumasi Poly. No ye patron and now odi MPP. Esuku fuo enim. Ewo da university and now tertiary institution. That is what the people must know. No muhu say enye neutral person biana. Wakasi wakoye survey MPP ni ena wakoye survey no. 3. Survey no so chere say this particular election NDC MPP obia enwini.
Yeah.
Anameboa.
Yes.
Yebeko runoff.
Yeah.
Upon all the biases say oye MPP ni na the biases cannot be taken away from the research no. It has still come clear say MPP am born home.
But mebao, you see from baby I made me fiber.
Okay.
Having been trained in the university, I'm sure you have also,
Yes.
and wouldn't senior research work ACT. I find it quite difficult to accept say his biases will be in a researcher. Marco that co interviewing for over 99,000. I find it very difficult.
No, but we are aware so say survey way sometimes influence and for thought. We are aware.
Oh yeah. Oh,
so say anybody belonging to a particular political party. Na or GD mapa say the research sometimes influence and for thought. I'm telling you say or person a party enya the favor of the people no, biases will come because after 1 year all the interviews una obey the analysis of the entire document. Yeah. And as to whether analysis no no said the assessor no and I reporting said the no that one is between you and your content.
Okay.
Because I mean you also knew. But the mean won't to me and glossy over and say or MPP ni.
Okay.
That's what you cannot gloss over. And I'm actually say obi or ye political person biano upe ne wish ne say the party ebe to yaso ewini into all your researcher upe some biases will come upon the biases ni na echo in favor of MPP. Actually say MPP has failed the people of Ghana because 2016 they got more than 50%. And most of them communicators claim say Omu BT NDC with over 1 million votes. Which is not even true because not do 1 million. But granted, 2020, Omu more than 50% vote. Per what electoral commission? Now 2024, research actually say they are not going to win. Naturally say MPP has failed. The next issue is a Ghana ni biaji to munusu say minia since 1992 emiri bia yebeko elections yebenya runoff bia no in favor the sitting government.
Okay, yeah.
Since 1982.
I mean 2000 and favor NDC.
Yes.
2008 and favor MPP. Yeah. So you're right.
So time be a run of BR, the sitting government in favor. At the end, after the runoff, no sitting government no elusu Emma yesisim. So if Professor Smart Sapon or your MPP ni research say you better runoff there, then it tells you say after runoff no history better than Eddie and MPP will go to opposition.
Okay.
Because in life, so only baby a fear. Ube baby a oko, and history maybe a guide to baby a yeko. Historically, yenko by election, yenko run of BR a favor sitting government. In to shape the entire pool, there is a content in the pool. Meaning so honoma. Ube who say or indicatee and crofua or interview in terms of faith-based organizations and all those people. The last portion. Ukwa see or interview MPP/MPP/ I think AFA. Check you see. The actually say one interview NDC for aside faith-based organizations, institutions, bodies and the rest, you know, individuals, you know. The research nature say MPP for kwana or interview here. One interview NDC Libya. When you go to I think page 8 of the document, you both say wabo MPP/MPP/ I think AFA. Into the research, you know, actually say, Ankro no one din komono. MPP for Nkwa.
But AFA near then.
I don't know.
But only MPP there no.
No, sir, I don't because one indicated normally we are researcher abbreviations, you know, and so we indicate at the bottom the abbreviations what it means. And I'm a so they mean no esha. You be who say baby or AFA no. That when they dinner for. Do you know what I'm saying? But for the MPP they say a new patriotic party. Usha honoma, actually say ni interview no here, you know. One interview any NDC ni. One interview any other political party faithfuls. The only anchor interview on a MPP4. MPP4 nimpo interview one panel. Import say MPP Alhaji Bawumia Edano has failed. Has failed. In the Majisanka or the NDC anchor kan CPP anchor kan Gum Afafranto Ekanwa. I think say anka 49% Alhaji Bawumia nya no anka onya because on interview MPP4 kwa pempo no MPP4 say Alhaji Bawumia or that MPP ano MPP party no efeli the people of Ghana omumbo omuhumodin enunti want to ya omoso and they can only give them 49% So for me we shall research now as I said earlier no yasom baby wo ho a yakinkan ya de be ya adwuma because last hour is better late than never baby SE 2 anamon no ye betu but the nitty-gritties and the details of it no actually say 1 Professor Sapon MPP ni 2 or say MPP kro omunwi ni 3 or interview MPP phone kwa aside organizations institutions and faith-based bodies no MPP phone kwa na or interview one 3
no but there all the wadwen na bu say we na who as MPP na MPP because you are saying say AF or whatever. AFA. On one. Okay. On one explaining.
No, but it is MPP. It is MPP. That is what is there. That is the third point. And the last point.
So it is not accurate to say MPP for Nkwana Mebwa.
No, that was a. Usha Holoma. We're indicating and Crofua. Only one thing common. Wabubo all the institutions. The last part. And what's there? Other parties are no way they didn't come. And the honest say only MPP/MPP/AFM and they didn't come. There is nowhere in the document that say only NDC 4 being so ye then didn't come.
Okay.
Only movement 4 be didn't come. Only Gum 4 be didn't come. So he did not interview NDC people. And Cranko interview MPP from Kwa. Omumponu any faith in their own party. Say the media can carry. Okay. And I'm also say research no So all the history bata research in terms of Ghana young election since 1992 there is no run of BI yakwa a favor the sitting government. So if MPP ni Professor Smart Sapon ni research upon the biases say yebeko run of dia not that run of say MPP ebe lusu this 2024 elections. And me would did him say MPP be lusu because
no, but baby, I walk the MPP AFM. No, there is no figure. For example, he says that artisans among number 3,463, chief farmer 1,287, clergymen, religious leaders 866, commercial drivers 5,474, community member 20,147, elected assembly member 739, farmer 17,678, food vendors 8,235, key businessmen, owners of major retail stores 8,483, local media practitioners, PIC owners. So I'm saying that numbers, non-political activists 2,951. MPP, AFM, there's no figure.
So there are a lot of other Nkrofua one interview. Listen to what I'm saying. One interview. When this I will say, Adentina or the MPP, AFM, Ashawa, one more figure. Then I would have expected say, other Nkrofua he should have interviewed. Now one interview he should have listed. There. Okay, yeah. But you don't find shareholder. Then deliberately you decide not to put a figure there. That is what I'm trying to say.
I only wanted to point out, senior worker said, I said the research no focusing on only MP before. That's why I came in to say.
No, I don't know. I'm saying
that's it.
So
when we get him, we can probably ask
the people have. The question is, are they in the one figure and shareholder?
Okay. All right, Mate, that's it. Member of chain, Miniana, Mimefa also, Benghazi.
Kojo,
10 minutes.
Kojo, I am excited, sir. You're a very good journalist. First of all, Maminchia Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia for his excellent work done. Kojo, Osha Papei Otisi Mua. Onje Nahumio, he has been to every length and breadth of this country. Na baby a could be answer or the Brasier. And no, and a Bema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia winning this election. Kwajo, oh, this week, we share infonia a chegu with social media so at the whole Ghana eka and once a man. Now you know, and this for the name. So MPP for buy or monye. Kwajo, so one flower pot interchange, you know. So
yeah.
One Bank of Ghana headquarters, you know, this week, one with the biggest watermelon factory ever Wale and Romokodanedi by our flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Andra, so what we need now. Into this clearly tells you, say, this government and not this party, no, why Juma, irrespective of the there NDC for a year. So, mo person mo de dada Ghana for say after 8 years, biano. Ese obi kono obi ba no obi ba na nneoma mo ayedin empo na still obo no ho modern a otune se Ghana for best sasa aban no ensi kwajo asama mahama etna hanoma e kanyina Godwin e kanyina no otumi hu se school ya ade bi e hu hia papa na statistics uko school na se ukoye statistics a ana wo ye matter ese o fa ni serious. As my Professor Smart he came. First of all, Mami Kanchiro said Professor Smart on your MPP ni. Kwadu, he is not an MPP member. He is an independent researcher and a professor at Kumasi Technical University. And he said, "You, you ni anomo de be a pulse ba na nko mu favor. Ni o ye pulse ni de MPP ni. How can we do this to ourselves in this country? A quarter. Ni ebu mo a no maba aba beda court na se e court bi o no mo aba akoya court diti o mo a omo so court ni MPP for judges e wo won mu nyina e MPP for into omo de bia omo de na omo mpe obi a oka no kore That's my working. Now, Uchre Muchre no cramp on the ya. Because clearly you can see Sir Godwin one king kind report. No,
king kind, something or
no, but Sir King one thing clearly. You didn't even know Yako University. Now Yako University has statistics, but that is this how you interpret the statistics? Say now which first of all, and yet MPP for Professor Smart, an independent researcher. Why yet? Professor Smart now all kind of one seminar. In 2012, or predicted Adom NDC say NDC baby. I don't remember how time can say Professor Smart in your canon. Now or your MPP.
Show proof of that.
Oh, Google BBA one on Professor Smart predicted said John Dramani Mahama was going to succeed the late Professor Mills in 2012, and clearly this year 2016 or predicted said Nana Akufo-Addo was going to win the presidential. Clearly this year 2020 the predictions was very accurate. Said Nana Addo was going to win the presidency, and that members of parliament, you know, a one na problem or clearly meaning as here. And the papa was what distinguishing him as a researcher. Or the statistics ni figures be a bar or be a FM na or the energy mano. And there or the abana se you mude tria must say on your credible. But let's go into it. Miriam Mahama say Godwin or say MPP for one or year then. Or interview maybe so kwado e kroma hanom no artisans or more kroma hanom no omunyina ya MPP for me, but hold on o kasa mabem let's be decorous Mr. Let's be decorous. You have your time, but you have your time aside the bodies. I'm begging you please. You have your time. You can note it down anyway. Artisans e wo kroma hanom nyina no omu ya MPP for nkwana. In any case, maybe so chief farmer, clergy and religious leaders. Some of these people can make me catch you boldly say one month to aba. Sorry, almost supporting any party. Meboa. Even mo crown to aba. Over down or see commercial drivers. Into commercial drivers what Ghana hand in MPP for. That is what Godwin is trying to tell us. Over down wa be catch your community member, elected assembly member, farmers say wo kroma and make for nyina MPP for. Please. Food vendors, one more motor aduane. What will say more interview or MPP for? It is so therefore clearly you can state to say you can state to say they are not happy with the report. They are not happy with the report. And it's sad, so because we need in Yako University and you know say Yako University it is what na hanum no catch say report a better hanum. Who are Yako University be chire say na obetire machire. Meanwhile the breakdown is here.
So I explain say he didn't mean to say.
And I'm saying,
why explain that he didn't mean to say all the people on interview MPP before? Why explain this?
You should come clean next time.
Why explain?
No, you have been exposed. No, you have been exposed.
Hold on, gentlemen.
So apart from bodies or interview, or interview political individuals.
Yes.
Political individuals and research in it say only MPP. So who mention artisans, who mention drivers, those are the bodies I am referring to.
Yeah.
But about individuals now, there is nowhere in the document or more NDC.
Does that not form the basis of this report?
That's what I mean.
Does that not form the basis of this report?
That's why I came in to say, That's why I came in to say, sir. That MPP AFL, there is no figure.
Exactly. You shouldn't say
exactly.
I mean,
that's okay.
And I'm glad that I'm glad that you exposed him on that time. Education is very important. It is a wopanas over become try. You should be very careful of this. In any case, let me go on. What I want us to do is that at the end of the day, they seek political power. And they seem said this report has gone against them, and clearly because the report has gone against them, they want to rubbish the report. But the man is a credible poster. In the last 8 years and now 5 years, Uye Uncle Ben F. in few honum. One honum is Professor Smart. Even these days, people even prefer Professor Smart than any other poster. It is so therefore, if someone tells you that's okay. But Kojo, you know what? All these things are here come once a minute.
Remember there is Dr. Also Mensa also.
Yes. Global info.
Oh, Musa Damwa and others are also there. That's okay. But you see, Kojo, on the basis of this report, is that at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian are all caught to a banner. Omu bisa no question. Question will be no forms in the report. Sir, on economy, what do you think? On health, what do you think? On education, these are the bases that determines our reporting. It is hard for we no mana sebe one may be so massive no or mass sitting no more the air castle. And as at November 4th, na say before the report came out, no, it's clear, said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the preferred choice. You know why? Because Kojo, we have moved away from politics of insults to policies. Ghana for no air share obia or the policies ebe buana brabo. Yes, and Kofo Jia to say the whole world we are in challenging times any idea. But they also know that this are buying up on home day compared to previous government. I said you now Arabia ni viasima or my yamotre on economy. Omu bisa Ghana for says Sisiano omu and you must say. Otumitre na dwene say oh Sisiano anka first na nke bi oto oil say but Sisi oto ne say notwithstanding no onim say ne mba go school for free enti say anka sebio enwemo aye de na nko sanso etua fees aka ho a na anka kire sanko oye wukura anka no komu ye bukura ni nyina eka ho na mankofo prefer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And on policies no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia clearly are distinguishing who say policies ebe boati memuni say oba e bit say credit score system e bit say teachers ni nurses sebe one more echo one more adwuma sebe e bi one more they struggle with transport say oba obe make sure say teachers ni nurses one more benya vehicle petrol and consumption no ewo from. These are all of these things are things that are going to affect the vote, are going to affect electorate. Unlike the other side, penny no down no air promise and coupon kete. And clearly, Omubi say, as to whether or not open credit score system, and I say open vehicle out the back juma. Now, unya penny be or no catch Ghana phone in so ba, obeman coupon kete, obeman kukobo. Now, one more dia clearly. It reports now is very admissible.
So first of all, credit score system way.
Yes.
So being Yajuma, how will it be scored?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Say, the whole thing is to make sure, say, Okwa Bochira, me form UCC here, London, 80 very soon. And na team in kakran. Doctor say, the way they be a cash and carry Wukruma Hanomono, and boy. What in American say? Inti sebi obia ono owo kroma hanoma oye na adwuma en kakran no formal and informal sector. They have a platform sebi omo hwe sebi a mobile money nkwampo na wunya o credit score no ebetumi a kire say you are eligible for this. Se TV na wo pese o kokota and yes o betam sikali na
as obi onye adwuma no onya de kro.
That's what I'm saying. Say, of course, but abotre wunya adwuma you can't buy anything.
Okay.
You can buy anything, even in the US and in Germany and Abia. Into doctors who say, Obe bien in Juma.
Okay.
He's talking about the electricity and the whole Ghana. If you are boy, you use solar.
Okay.
Into you use solar now. Ebema asetina no ayede. He's promising electric vehicles. And so all of these things determine. Say the pakrona one might be in no. One and the policies what money.
Okay.
And all of these people have chosen Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. What is the issue about this report?
Now, on the second thing is
right.
Former President Mahama I explained.
Right.
He's explained what he meant. That
Sir.
When he comes, I mean, in our FA,
yes.
We know that when it comes to go for air poultry farms, no beyond the war, cardiac as a secret me started the book.
Right.
So the obe starting kakra de amamo. No one more. What he meant by nkokon ketenkete is day old checks. That's what he said.
You see, Kojo, that is at this time. This is not what the Ghanaian want. Who told you? Ghanaian pay obe beer jumem. To send a doctor can also be training 1 million youth in coding. Now, one making sure the private sector no ever try. Those are the things that it's a war as a man penino. Obana obe catcher me say. mami nkukon kete amami nkukobua. I do not understand the basis of which you are saying all of that, because at the end of the day, you biya ne poetry. Na keso kanone say oba obe biem juma mu and juma existing ones no to say one district one factory na ya ye no onu be biem ama yetumi afa more capacity.
But poultry is a big industry.
But we understand that. Nobody is disputing that. What we are saying is that at the end of the day, it's not everybody that wants nkete, and that is why he has been a subject of ridicule. Because the Ghanaian economy is buoyant.
Mate.
And there are other things that we can look into.
Mate.
In existing facilities, that one district, one factory.
Mate.
You bet me a BM,
Mate.
And you'll be an
Mate.
and that's why we'll be answering.
Okay, Mate Mesabaho. So here we are. Now the same research is pointing to the, and this research, I say yeah, Dr. Usman Saokaya, the presidency the be to almost can say it looks like there will be a tie on the runoff. And a mouth that is a possibly this could be happening.
No, could you one? Sometimes you can say and I'm so disappointed in Benghazi. Metana had that rubbish the report. I told you say NDC ye G every research ed. Ye fa the SAD ejuma na ye dia ye. But won say young boy awako school away na adwene say they are the party beka se on beka no. Onye federal research ye ka say NDC rubbishes any report no. Me betena hampo ameka say ya accept no. Kofi yaw on say na adwene o. Still you say beka say ya rubbish ntini ya rubbish. I have sat here to tell you say we have accepted it anamboa. Nti Benghazi ye kasa tie ma o note now be do anoma revise it based on the content.
The point is
no first of all
yes, but your explanation sought to create the impression. That is why I'm obey Musano.
Na me tete nieme bi amagana for amani ada ho. I still insist because Professor Smart Sapon enye MPP ni na metena aka so ye MPP ni. I have told you say or your patron send me turn through go niswa it amount to defamation.
Yeah.
It is a ubetimia. Kokatira say me Godwin Mahama. My brother attended Kumasi Technical University. I onim Professor Smart Sapon very well.
Yeah.
As a patron for Tesco.
Hold on. At what point in time can we say and then ebe mo bi aka say oye NDC ni and oye MPP ni?
No, good question.
No, but
good question.
The two political parties obie niwa offer patrons so be lead ni student fronta NDC back offer MPP ni teacher ni so onye patron every bia ye fa yen fellow party members no ma ye patron for your student bodies, yes or no?
I don't know it.
That is it. No, that is the fact.
Okay.
I still insist that so a patron.
That's not true.
Oceana the American amount to defamation. He should take me on.
But again, because of where overflow. But because it is about Obi the credibility, we should be very careful.
No, I know where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
So it has to be based on hard evidence.
Exactly.
No. Exactly. I say what say no.
I know that a lot of former students of Technical University.
You see, I am sure when you're for business or a patron, there is a documented trace or a patron.
Exactly.
Once we are not providing that, can we skip it?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Because about someone's credibility.
Messi or your patron. Two. Ben said 2012, Professor Smasapon, predicted NDC win. You are a journalist, go online. There is no way, where Professor Sapon predicted 2012 elections.
Wow.
As of 2012, now he was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
In terms of prediction of our polls.
Wow.
Yet Professor Sapon quite recently, into the issue of the issue of say or predicting NDC win Benghazi and no stop lying. The next point or care about Nkukon Kitenkiti or say and you be an a pen Nkukon Kitenkiti why you still admit say a bibepe in Nkukon Kitenkiti because you want to form we are interested in poultry there is no policy here a benefit you be so you aware free SHS by ukobi
ba me ho nkofa
no 2026 ukobi
me nkofa akobi
no I ask ukobi mankobi what it means is that policy be a section of people are benefit one the John Mahama so ba wo hwe sika dodo a ye de kra enkoko in terms of poultry nam eba too huge and more the economy of this country into one omo opepa so mbeko into poultry production obeso masene with enkoko and kete obi eni wo hye poultry asia or the full grown akoko eneshase ananboa and that is where MPP must understand me no cause we are aware say MPP in their manifesto promises say on be boost poultry production through what means would they do it and true say you be boa imebunu to go into poultry production do you know what I'm saying it is a Benghazi why you have to say work school but politics in tinu even when they tell you the truth you seem not to understand the truth. My last point on the flower pot issue I've sent a document to your producer about me they say obe project document is dated 14th November 2016 when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama issue official statement and I read construction of flyover the motorway from flyover port letter of acceptance and let me read the portion for you. We have we have the pleasure to inform you that the Public Procurement Authority in its letter number so dated 10th November 2016 has given approval for your firm to undertake the above work and the above work the construction of the flyover port job no the Department of Urban Road Entity Tender Committee at its emergency meeting on 11th November 2016 accepted the tender you submitted on 19th October 2016 and has consequently awarded to your firm the above works at the contract sum of 70 million Ghana cedis. The ambassador make an say aban ayentuaso said their NDC betua kufuo N1 so na ye betua ni buidam so no say ya feasibility studies ya quantities na ya award the contract and say na ye fi abemu in 2016 it is incumbent on the government say their need ye say no who the need ye be then
okay
you don't come now, and sit here and claim
let's take with the issues now. If you look at the constituency level needs in this research, I'll say good roads commanding 23.3%, youth employment 21.7%, portable water 10.5%, skills training 6.9%, public toilet facilities 6.3%, health center clinic chips 5.9%, school renovation building 5.2%, electricity extension for 4.2%, market center 4.2%, others 3.3%, street light 2.9%, telecommunication network 2.2%, public police visibility 1.6%. I mean, these are a new amount of forecasts on here. And yet critically enough, this research is pointing it out.
Ya so research upon the biases ya sum.
Yeah.
You be looking at baby as a measure. Baby are critical. As so far all research are pointed to say the major economic sector you be ready at Toba the economy and unemployment in this country. And na min shall say Uma mi ati say obia onye adwuma no you can't get credit score. Any one two credit score enya the fufro Ghana ha. Do you know high purchase? Yeah. High purchase ne say o confirm mo ton niema be ma wade no. Na baby a wo gi wo salary fee no. Ya the document akọ na man dey atete enketenkete.
Yeah.
High purchase. Credit score is like high purchase. Inti enya the fufro gymnastics, usage of words. me try there, make a high purchase of TV and a fridge. The actually say, Mebuna only no. You don't have the capacity to buy because you don't have the capacity to pay.
You're not credit worthy.
You're not credit worthy. So they should stop disturbing our ears with this. And you're old fashioned. Before about me, never one that. The most important. Any party or person or pay to mama mebunu. Until the NBC say the 24-hour economy is the game changer.
But my
lecturer said the workforce would double in all sectors. You say you run it 24 hours. Be feasible. None workforce I war baby to say DVLE, police service, military, passport office, DVLE. Those places in Nano, so we do on there. Now who trafficker it tells you say the one system is not helping this country.
Okay.
I don't know be person who apply for Ghana passport, your own country. Who quite a 3 weeks. It can take you more than 6 months. And I'm a boy. So you're running 24 hours. It will take you just a short period of days. Now when you're passport and other services.
Okay.
And no never in Numa Beba. The next point also is that you see that the Women's Development Bank, I will end with that one. Na yem minum, yen yanuma, yen papanuma already omo into individual businesses. One more person individual business aseno. I didn't know other places. This Women Development Bank come with some benefits. And let me give you the benefit and end with it. One, what about the loan?
Now we'll see
what about the loan from one city? Equity 100 million.
Yeah.
It comes with no interest.
And 100 to 1 city to 100.
200, that is 10,000 Ghana cedi. It comes with no interest.
10,000 cedis.
Yes, I hear about you know. And one I will be because all the question were Jumen. No, we do mana trade. No, what fan coffee.
Medasi, it's okay. Thank you, Medasi. Mama,
collateral. You want to secure the loan.
Kojo, you see, it's very important. Say, Minya Mahama betting you maybe I say. Look, or say credit score no gymnastics na ye. You remember in 2012, you can say you the free education for all and sundry.
2008.
2008. Almost 200 so say it's possible and feasible. And in fact, they have a track record. Say anytime bia ye DBB papa break gun and bia man sitting in one no. One more catch say it's possible. It exists
already.
Look, that's what in 2000, now your minimum call a war because of cash and carry. Not do na kwa war omo niska omo de betua omo hospital bills no money ade no painful obekono na bebre na ewu. President Kufuor propose free maternal health. Yede call parliament when mon call for led by Asedun Ketia e be ka kire Ghana for say free maternal health na President Kufuor ba no opese Ghana for ewododo. At that time kodo na ye maame fo no ma omo anyima sebi omo niska omo kwa awo na omo kwa akubu no. President Kufuor the free maternal health eba no e ka che Karen when mo ka che Ghana for say nya de papa.
Who said it?
Ye kokon hu oye. Ye de call parliament. Any for ya catch a Ghana for say, a jongo. And then you two are your room, Hanum. Menoka say, you did free SHS about on one member of parliament, Hassan, Mahama, Ayaraga, took us to court. Say, free SHS no, and your policy, Papa. Into when no money they have a track record. Okay, Women Development Bank, Meboa. Only Kroma Hano, and a circle. Ese ya nso to ya nkofo entwe didie almost stores ni ade nyina ase ya John Mahama etwa 93 million Ghana cedis edema said na tamakulu as the CEO of Maslock say onkono nkoma wonu mo stores ni ade nyina asese ni nyina onkomo o musika.
Okay.
Me
the time mama me nko ahoma so na me ne Professor Smart Sapon me ne nkomo Prof Martin bia boko de alepe ye share research a wo ye na ye pese ye tiase o share the categories of for interview on political party affiliations are no we are saying
o share you know me
So when we report maybe I don't say respondents category hono.
Yeah.
Active political ID for unfortunately Minkita report to Hantiminti exact number mention.
Okay, so known political party activist 2,951.
Right.
But everyone say no watch row bracket MPP bracket AFM. And then
oh, now what it means. Send here. If you want known political activists, no one trust here. Now, if you are just any coin, but I'm just any party either MPP ni another party for ni ana AFP ana NDC ana DG ha. So we are from known political activists.
okay, but
Yes,
known
sir.
political activists, you know, you want MPP pay. We don't see NDC. We don't see CPP near the NT. And then
The end na you MPP panel.
our political activists na say no. Matro MPP/AFM. You NDC or you CPP or UPPP or yeah,
Say question na me maybe say you know. Known political activists no and can make major sa. And I may share bracket you say NPP or NDC or AFP or whatever. It is just what when you see anything in bracket, it is just to clarify the name. It is not the name.
Oh, okay,
So
which means that
known political activists. That's a
internet said there should be NDC in there, because it be a type.
NDC. Meaning that we are now on MPP. Maybe a very extreme mistake, but I mean, instead of make catch on, I designed the questionnaire.
Okay.
And I'm saying when I say known political activists, it'll be up here, and I'm just into brackets. NDC, MPP, AFP, and a frontal movement or something, just to give an example.
Okay.
That is not the main. Everything in brackets, as you and I know, cannot be the main.
Okay.
The main is the question, and then something in brackets is like example.
Now you pay clarification because of that.
Yes,
but Prof, they here now you patron for test con for Kumasi Technical University. No?
Technical University. Okay, so I have never been a patron of Kumasi Technical University.
Thank you.
TESCON or TAIN.
Thank you.
All right. Me I'm a dean of students deputy. And for the programs that TAIN or TESCON will have, the dean ain't in Kobia, Nami Kobi, because they invite the dean of students office. And it's at that time Nami dean now they're Professor Engman. The Professor Engman and me and Kwa. Ebi also unkora and say you. And Obia will Kumasi Technical University campus will attest to the fact that we are very close to the students.
Okay.
And they were pictures of events that I have attended. I don't know where I can find the pictures, but the students who may know can get you evidence of programs that I've attended. Maybe or high table, Minia Kwakubwa Hetiminsa, Benkum, Minia Yamin, Nifa. Like I was on the high table with their regional commander, Refinidin. And so they were holding the 10 program and I was there.
Okay.
There was also an event where TESCON held a program at the Great Hall and I was there.
Okay.
In fact, I am a student person. In fact, whom I am, and the students are very comfortable with me, and you can ask them. Okay. No SRC executive ever comes and goes without frequenting my office. And they be and they are SRC president or so. Now what you on my office. Since I joined Kumasi Technical University.
Okay.
Meaning but I really like the students.
Okay.
They come to me every day.
Okay.
Both MPP and DC.
Prof, Medanse na ye ko break ni aba ye ba ye besa ba onche na ye tumi ene wa wie nkomodi a ye di na afa ya to aso we ye na Nnawotwi adwumadi e wo Adom TV if ye atwa no e wo Asempa 94.7 FM sene maka no obetumi ama wako ye Facebook page Adom TV na waja comment on air the show na around wo ho no me fa na makan mo bia so etumi atewo so wadwenkyira wo kyerɛ on the discussions aye ne discussing research say the 2024 elections could go into runoff ye komula akwa mo omo weni sika ho ne aba one entrance ya memo akwa aba environment na atwa dwumadi so enti no ye kono na me Professor Smart Sapon edi nkomo ye be ya ma me akwa na Bengazi na Bengazi na o floor na me je wa no
me nia ka say omo ba they going to establish a women's bar but they don't have that credibility. Me tell say sek honuma e shi ye ya Maslock CU John Mahama eman 93 million Ghana cedis. So unko chema circle victims, fire victims. Mami ni kodis kano.
An individual
of course,
in
look,
the party.
Now there's so many look. And as a leader, Bibia Ba, they don't have any policy. Oka and Kokon says only one aspect. When they have a track record, so president, flag bearer. Eka chere say and confirm you do almost about $20 million. Akwa kosem etu Burkina Faso.
But say mo so di.
Look,
one village one dam ye hu say. Palugu dam $12 million but there's nothing there.
I'm telling you, unless maybe perhaps you do not know what is currently going on with some of these things.
Then I so.
Look, Ebanosa one village one dam now. You can go in the north there and ask. There's even been a documentary on, it's not everywhere, but at least major has been struck. Look,
really?
And
documentary. I forgot the name we give the documentary, but there was you can best describe it as a dagger.
You see, I'm say. Those dams, say Oko Honoma, but I've been to the north, Mr. Oko Honoma, you will see, say most of these villages, they've gotten some of the dams that we've promised them. Palugu say we are not done with them because it was expansion. They say ye biemu never be so commission patrol. Hold on. Until clearly, I am saying say.
Then I call expand them. Go expand them Palugu.
Oh, you see, dam no, and ye bibia say still at the honor. You because of irrigation policy, you want to expand it so that people can have the benefit of it.
But the question I Ghana for Bissau is what spend $12 million? There's nothing on the land that should even tell you say you should spend even $1 million. But this is $12 million.
And I'm say the Palugu Dam Nankasa, there has been remodification. And that when it comes to existence now, you will see say expansion. But looking into the whole thing, I want us to also have subject say at the end of the day, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, according to the polls, and call for one Professor Smart interview one say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Ayubia, or you're more credible than John Dramani Mahama.
49%.
Look, me now say I'm a core market. Kojo, me call market me kuma kotane enkomodi die ekum. Oni ni amame fo ne ka. Amame fo ne say John Dramani Mahama oye ni brini.
Oh.
Almost you are greedy. And that
but I'm catch there.
Oh, me say enkoma
but we weren't there.
That's what I'm telling
and
you.
But it's a very strong word to use on a hold on, Minia. Is a very strong word to use on a former president of this country. He is a statesman.
Yes.
For the withdrawal man.
When they say when you go to the market and then people are having discussion and say it was in context. And you bring no more can say bia or ye patapana so mo patch say onya the time near open on the political space in the political life Ghana for the amano and that he has had his time and a work blown a chance he wants to come back.
Yeah,
that is what they were saying.
No Matthias
so
but just that word now you so you know
say
menia
obi agreed here you can say what you
or ni brave
Son or moka
or agreed say
or greedy say when you're the time no will blow the chance no
dabi and no enje nyo omo dey to say
and I make omo no moka into this all of these things here Professor Echo interview omo no I'm telling you the basis of which this report or this statistics is showing say ampa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia elidi and in fact olidi because o share the way papa no open home there or start ye won so agena homeda.
Yeah. Forgive me, that may yes sir. The thing is, and baby I no betumi but me know
yes
one show we so there's a certain area me person in adopt we or can be about me man in the same way also come from Matias no twin sign exactly
so woman no omoka o market
ono kan wa yanto waka
okay say what they almost say or
twin sign mama
twin sign Matias what they Matias but you know in everything no we want to know say oka adwuma ho asem Ghana me man statistics breakdown in 2016 omoko Omuja Ghana Police Service and Security Sector nkofo ayafo omo adwuma na me breaking it down ye omoko no omo fa nkofo 33,223 in 2016 ye ba ya fa a police for nko 46,116 yama number of fire service personnel omuja ma in 2016 was 7,000 ye ba ya double sa figure no Omuja Ghana Immigration Service, Omumaye only 4,000. Yeah, buy ya found for 13,646. It is a ban Juma Sama invisibility. One can security 170 a police, the way I resource a police for as see a police for young one Majuma led by Yera Dampare. And when you are dealing in a year, no ma and for air so at the other day at Waba. Okay, look, Medemanusi, Mate. I want to establish say. Near Professor Smart report no indicator no. In fact, MPP ni bia OTM bia no 49. Constitution na say e say yenya 50 plus 1. Not to say ye nyina ye nia. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye mpe basabasa ye bia dia mesre Ghana fo nyina moma ye nkopie ni yantuma nipa baako eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na first round because second round kojo second round na ya na nsem no dos no do all right mesre say ye nyina ye beko out na ye tumi akwakoto aba na boom ni ye dia ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
yo ugo so hwe Nnawotwi dwumade so Adom TV ene asempa OTA so asempa 94.7 FM yenkoye nim na yenkoye the other topics ni yenhwe de aduane a ebeto odwa se I aspire na omgusu adema yenkoda no edi Samuel Okujuta Black chairman for the Parliament Assurance Committee and this answer we were to and were defended with document near there FDA so about a common version there yenkonko tiura Samuel Okujuto yetie ni wia Chief of Staff ma me frem opare enso e de anu ye bi de ma no ye betie mumie no nyina ye ba ye beto aso studio ha all right enti ye mra studio na ye nhwe eye aduane nsensem na se me kan the reporter FDA de by preliminary one no unza say we buy no ya Ashanti region na see or say the Ashanti region office of the FDA enya alert be on 20th December 2023 say omo ye repackaging bi na FDA en authorize ye na omo ye no storage facility of the national buffer stock e wa Ashanti region so my team of officers echo sa location one ko hwe say asem omo kan no ne kra na omo take appropriate regulatory action na in the interest of public health and safety so do on FDA officers no detect say storage facility na omo lock ne ya omo bisa nkofo mo no say team no catch omo catch omo say action no omo officers of the Central Command of the Ghana Police Service and on beto sa facility no na FDA team no echo police command wo echo din komo na omo say omo findings omo ye nie there was a preliminary investigation at the storage facility omo say Deputy Minister of Education omo John team for a meeting on phone and two representatives of importer Lamens Investment Africa Limited in person Ellie Dogbe operations manager and Simon J Ashanti regional coordinator and more social rice 25% broken white rice with registration number FDACE 20-701 now Lamens and the buyer notified party and national food buffer stock company say rice and almost exported from India by Satya Balaji Rice Industries near there. And when you know your findings are according to operations manager, 11,000 metric tons of rice received in February 2022, more confirmed by 2 bills of lading attached. Consignment, originally kept in a bonded house in Tema, line broke due to issues with tariffs. Quantity also you near 23,000 by 50 bags. And all of these issues never but FDA conclusion is the preliminary investigation revealed that Lamens Investment Africa, the importer of rice, undertook a repackaging exercise in an unlicensed storage facility without approval nor supervision by FDA. The country of origin and brand name had been changed from India and Moshosho to Ghana and Sedayo ECOWAS, respectively. As a new packaging material had no best before date, contrary to the provisions of the General Labeling Regulations LI 154 recommendation, strongly recommended that the operators of all such facilities across the country take immediate steps towards licensing their facility as per provisions, blah, blah, blah. Supervisors and all relevant staff operating the food buffer stock facilities should undergo training. The rice may be disposed of at the end of original shelf life. Inti, near yebe to near FDA for the buy. By enko to yokujeto, yebe to our studio.
Their storage facility to be used for this atrocious act and for operating unregistered storage facilities across the country. Such recklessness, which sacrifices the health of our students for corrupt transactions, must not go unpunished. The Ministry of Education must be probed for their conduct in this despicable affair, not only for supervising this rot, which severely endangers the health of SHS students, but also their reported role as alleged by FDA officials that they piled undue pressure to get the FDA to back off. The Ministry of Education must be probed. The Reverend John Tim Fojo, who has remained silent as if he's not in this country, the earlier he tells Ghanaians why he concealed this information, because as far back as January, they could have stopped the repackaging and redistribution of this rice. None of them will be made to get away. Ladies and gentlemen, we call on Charles, teacher unions, the PTAs, and all Ghanaians to insist, indeed they must insist, that no senior high school should ever again be made to receive food items which have been criminally repackaged and which do not contain expiry dates.
The education sector in Ghana is moving forward to catch up with the modern trends. We are not late. What we are doing is helping our students to have critical minds. So they create. They are not just imbibing knowledge, but they are actually creating knowledge. And I think we need to support the education agenda that the government.
All right, and na mame ding some to just say, well, idea do anyway no FDA ni idea hwehwehwem to obenyanke emfa ya dream ni ya de nyina emfa support the education agenda e wa ban or no or say well so rock you to so any evidence ni ya mano en kan sembe o but yamra studio na member menua Bengazi makai document to me that they actual in some FDA omonhwehwe mo ye ni no ye
Kojo?
Yeah.
Well, you see,
wait,
first of
make
all,
out some more 7 minutes on this one. Yeah.
First of all, say Ghana for nyina eda eye mame mimi dako ase unim no ono ne FDA CEO so unim mame no in her all entire life ni school awakọ ni nyame som ni nyame sure wo ni mo no ohwe maame na adwuma a waya sanka nye maame na anka megidi sanka Ghana fo bebre yewu because oko FD honoma workers no kura ka kire say omunya CEO a oye strict ti se mimi da akoda maame no oko for product e de ba na say enye papa na say millions of dollars na ma me who say product na wo de aba krom hanom no enye to the right standard na unim so mo confiscate no mo hye no. That is the track record of Mimi Dako. Inti say yema no ye clear when it comes to FDA on some of these things now. In May they went round, FDA auditors echo round one of the schools in Upper East. Kojoni atieni say o de ade ba kroma hanum na ye consumable. First of all, say CSIR ehwehwem no mo say ade a wo de aba no chemical quantity ni yi ni nyina no good for consumption. And sana omodia Food and Drugs Authority. Now one more edia laboratory. Now one more akoye den akwa test. Say adiana wodia bano good and na good. Mame Mimidako ne track record that we proven oko Google sisi na this year alone. And no money product ebinum to say oil, ebinum to say chicken, no money adia good for human consumption now. Wama omashinkwa over more than $60 million.
The banana where your money go?
Baby, wait, wamanako, and I'm explaining it to you. Sir, the only problem say the FDA approved the rice. You understand what I'm saying? Rice now one more approve now rice no and call bad. What the people did, laments no man say they repackaged the rice, which is unlawful, and one FDA for a finding one. But the quality of the rice remains say now it was good for consumption. Near a woman here, right?
When the best before drew. If you look at it, the Omri package here in 2023 December,
right?
They wrote to FDA,
right,
for extension of best before date. The FDA then write to them, and I'll say, and this is what the FDA said. I'll say, FDA, yeah, Jim received more letter dating the 4th December 2023,
right,
with regards to more application for extension of the shelf life of Moshosho white doubled polished sorters Indian rice, 25% broken.
Right.
Kindly note, sir, analytical report of the FDA of the food product I was submitted from the Food Research Institute, your review.
Right.
However, report on moisture and mold are critical in making regulatory decisions in situations like this, anyhow, they encounter. Those reporting count. Samples of product are FDA laboratories for laboratory for analysis indicate at the time of testing to be wholesome.
Good. So
I'll say please find attached the certificate of analysis.
Thank you.
With regards to the best before date as stated on the product, the FDA is however unable to grant your request for a shelf life extension since the authority cannot determine the shelf life of product. Shelf life determination is the responsibility of the manufacturer and must be based on data obtained from shelf life studies conducted on the product.
This is what I was telling you. Say Mimi Dako would not allow anybody. The CEO is a very strict woman. Oyobia on one Kasano, he has saved Ghanaians for like a number of times. Businessmen in Kofu Binimu Honoma, Mokofan, Nyoma de Bakroma, Mofi say they can just throw it out there to the market. Mimi Dako has bent over like product worth millions of dollars because this woman, I have trusted her. But look, I'll go with what the chief of staff is saying. Look, Kojo, have you read the Afrobarometer report? What read the Afrobarometer?
Yeah.
The Afrobarometer report seeks to suggest to say 85% of Ghanaians are saying it's a free SHS and it's a good policy. And that it must continue. So therefore, Okudjota Blakwa, as we all know him, who is a member of the NDC, one more person, one more power. And so ye bibia a bit koso disaffection with this government. Say our former now, you know, one ba ako school no government no FED omo rice enye. I mean, what will government gain from this thing? Say abaya otia konyema or the free SHS aba. Afa ho kan nyina be man kura no aduane a enye papa. It is more political than any other thing. Near Okudjeto Ablakwane yenene say he wants to cause propaganda, and then he will cause disaffection among electorate so that they vote against this government on the basis say government students, which is never true. Which is never true. And I want to say, look, media you say, on no assurance committee on parliament, right? If there's anything, say probe more. It should continue. Now, all from the right authority.
Okuju has brought out a lot of it ended up being true.
I am a PR for the National Cathedral Project. Okay, can send me any and me am here insider no. And one woman I who say Okuju tabla kwa you be a you cannot trust him. Odintro for vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all you need is for political expediency.
Which of them now kind
I don't even want to go there. No, I am the PR for National Cathedral. I'm telling you, saying, Sembi Okika Yeni Adiena, Enyano Kreno, me as an insider, me meaning say Enyano Kreba, he turned out outside.
Mate.
What I want to say, Nene say, Yura, Mami, me
7 minutes in Drew.
Mami, or yes, CEO of FDA, or your Obabia, or you're very strict.
Okay.
Omo declare food new wholesome for consumption. What the laments of 1 year and they say they went ahead to repackage. Say adi omo di fi India aba. Now mo be catch Ghana say mo they say made in Ghana sacks mo. That is criminal.
Yeah.
And no FDA for a finding omo 100,000. Said they did not have the license to do that.
Yeah.
Inti e one no but and only just a product na e mo na was sack ni mo no was unwholesome. Let's draw the line. If not for political expedience here, Adena FDA declared the wholesome. Now, yebra, mame, mimidako, ama, sa go ahead, no. Now, Okuju Tablakwa, Ebeka says, is to cause disaffection.
Mate.
Intimacy, Mestre, Moma yenya politics aside.
Okay.
Now, Yemfasa, you may also embalm ha.
Watch him. Medicine. 8 minutes. Mama also for 8 minutes.
You see, I was very happy, say, Ubisa and say, then, Honorable Okuju Tablakwa can and yen cray. And because only a B or Becano or same person call. I know this guy very well. Sanka or war in Sembi Okujo Black Waka and Yano Cra.
It's not the topic of discussion.
It doesn't matter, but you brought it in.
Yes.
Don't worry, but you brought it in. And because the credibility of the honorable is at stake, no, and Kebaya good for you to have stated in Niema Waka and Yano Cra to buttress your point, say. But you didn't say it. And me that was so catch and say, ya won niema bebre okujo to Blackwa. I expose this government. And your fact, nothing but the fact. 2. Or see issue near criminal. I agree. A criminal. Criminal goes beyond just a fine. Inti say mimi daku na wotia. Who praising the whole world who so you good no. She must know that yes indeed a criminal the people needs to be prosecuted. Fine is not enough. Anamebwa. Fine is not enough.
Okay. So Mame,
no problem.
You've done just about a minute of your time. You're going to Chief of Staff. Yeah.
Issue about some expired rights served to students. Has it come to your notice and are you worried about that?
It is, it is not true. So please, let us focus on things that move this country forward. I think this is our problem. We have good things. Look at what I've just seen. That should be your focus. How you advance the Ghanaian child. How you improve their opportunities so they become good citizens. Propaganda and rumor mongering has no place in education exhibition. Thank you.
The Chief of Staff says, and there's no place for propaganda.
I will go there
for political gains. Yes.
Now, Ben, Prezi, the CEO of FDA, Samaka, say a criminal. And you all know, and there's a final. Criminal prosecution must take place. I don't know why. But the one who praise him, My question is that any man now will see a nam neswa yashishi nina. What you must know is there is also another government appointee responsible says anyamano yan crown from magana ha into ubona basono nanka wabo obi oya responsible say oba stop it that bad goods from coming to this country. Now I catch wa ban say people are smuggling people in Yema Ina and yet best to consume, and that is why FDA I go into burning the 6 million quantity. I can was
sometimes go for concealing your man.
I agree. As praise man, that means that Obinsu has slept on Ejuma, and I'm some of those in Yemano Eba. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think, say, as a game, you know, I know why he's doing all this to the woman. So I understand him. You see, this whole issue about a more, you say, the expiry date, action, shelf life of Mushosho rice.
Yanka said best before. That is what
best
is
before.
in
Okay.
Contention. Yeah.
There is a menu in Ajitu when you say, and that is where me is so disappointed in the chief of staff, Fremont Parry, because sa emuno chief of staff onua manema so mundi.
Oh,
meba onua manema so mundi. So what I expected a mother like her to say, and say, asemina ba yaje yebe shame because any good for human consumption. Listen to me very carefully.
But on your lay person.
No way. So
the FDA for this is wholesome.
So that means
that's the report. Godwin. That's the report.
That means that she spoke as a lay person. That is why. No, but that's why I was expecting her as a mother and lay person to say, Asemina Bano, institution responsible, Beshe, Edi Mujuma. But to say, Enyano Kureno, she lied because in some no could you tell black what they are to Janino. FDA correspondent say they are the truth.
How?
Yes or
no?
How?
As the first report no the two Jano a seminar by and no remember say they didn't speak about air shelf life and abibiasa almost say yet it's all more year repackaging. They were doing repackaging. So wait,
me and you better must say. Okujoto black one seminar say. Yakra a movie abagana.
Yeah.
Mono ne shelf best before date.
Yedu.
And a company no actual comma FDA on the 4th of December. Some person mo year rebargain. FDA ma approval ye. And a company no a chance mo year rebargain. Mo use buffer stock storage facility, a government facility headed by a government appointee. And I know mo year rebargain. That is on the 20th, I think 20th or 21st. One of those days, when you say police for 20th, police for echo cheche some of the officials. Oh yeah, where? Into the American say, some no good black idea to Ghana. Are they fact or they are not fact? They are fact. So for her to say, and you know, she lied.
No, maybe her point is about the thinking say a mono enya wholesome for consumption.
Exactly.
You see, the American say
two separate.
No, wait. What I'm saying is that Odi Amuaba best before time, almost up, I think in December.
Yeah. And
open extension.
Yeah.
Now they are called next year amount.
Yeah.
Then maybe say. So okoto emu onu Fremont Parry koto emu. Now best before time edu. Ni e catch them say onua manema. Obenua manema na. She won't. That is my question. Onua manema. So as so who say emofra no so ye ne ma. So I saw him more interested in this matter because on your bad time. That is what my point is. Utia say who supporting him. That is the wicked mind of the MPP. Nipa no dey asem na ba no. Yen taking it out of the substance of the matter. Now yen just substance no of insem no eden or the aba no. Now yen deal with the issue. Enye nipa no. Anameboa. Enye about nipa no. Insem no the aba ni na no, they are fact. Nothing but fact. But some person who go into the person of nipa no de buy na I disagree. The issue is that the Obeka Chile say NDC ye way to cause disaffection.
But onim say oye bi no. Me stop on.
On what?
Like wicked MPP. The whole power brandy omu nyina.
I take it out. Don't worry. I take it out.
Okay.
You see,
but what good job can I say? Onu that press my support no. O say say but we no see yin sin chayo. But anyway, of course it's just a one side, yeah.
The American say, the Obeka Chile Obia say, this is to cause disaffection towards the MPP. And you know correct. Makachiro say, "Yen share nsem no."
Yeah.
Nsem no dia to jan so far. E be eniwa ayentro. Ni na ye fact. 2. MPP wants Ghanaians and feel say NDC we hate free SHS. John Mahama can't time without number. Say free SHS has come to stay. Besides, the NDC share progressively free SHS as say in the year 2015-2016 academic year. Osha has here, Osha used to see 200 e-blocks. The year can say there has been bad implementation of free SHS.
That's why you.
Enama double track I must say a temporary stock measure. I have been lasted for only 5 years now. Double track has been in existence almost 8 years ni due to lack of infrastructure. And
some schools were more year.
Oh, I know that don't become the full overhaul of it.
Yeah.
There was schools who are almost running double track. Even almost started fresh, no. Now all schools now double track. But double track still exists in our secondary school. But we can't say a temporal and it lasted for only 5 years. It has exceeded 5 years. We are in the 7th or 8th year. Until John Mahama said, Oba, to make it better, you better add up infrastructure. Now you continue with the building of the e-blocks. Not double track a thing of the past because double track ni nama kodo and that kolati mi go school 3 weeks. No I bet na fear 3 months because of lack of infrastructure. Nti say John Mahama ballot mi sisi na ni bebre e kan wa. Say ye bie school ankola ni na be den e be ko. Ye makwa mu ni na be den e be ba. 2. Me no ka say there is no dedicated funding to fund free SHS. The NDC you see you better take a percentage of your oil revenue geared towards the funding of free SHS. Because we know that that chance calling on dedicated funding for free SHS. And na John Mahama so about 3. We know that say in the area to the feed and call more SS. I is centralized. Do you get me? You see we will give back those powers to the schools, the headmasters, the bezzers, so that they can go to the market and buy proper food, so that any bit say.
Yeah, I think it's well explained. But you see, I'm into the Ghana rice business.
Okay,
we produce a lot of rice.
Yeah.
Question is, they into Krana. We are thinking about importing rice to feed our students.
That is it.
When you are more baby, our farm stretches from Northing all the way to Volta. And the fear is that but if there will be assurance, why are we even fighting over?
I agree with you. So the next point also is that due to free SHS, one are no more pretty private secondary schools. Bebregu. Into NDC, anyone akonkunya. Amamaji to say they are ready to take some of the case and take the same amount of money.
But so we are talking about rice here.
No, rice.
Ghana rice. I didn't know.
Meji to say you get into a time where you be use locally produced food products. Generally, not even a feeding schools and I had school feeding program. But you see, they are striking. I want some way now say, and the mammy D, Madame Fremont Pare, who yaw, a diminution yaw say, how on earth say mono? I am papa, I am more a year wholesome to consumer. Muye re bargain, a more fee Indian. Not moi embossing. and change the country of origin to made in Ghana.
Mate. As for wholesome, as for the wholesome bit, the organization I am more 2 years or more share Diane and the Indro say a wholesome.
No, after that one, I'm not in disagreement. That's bizarre.
So where is the contention?
Where is the
contention?
About the bagging.
Exactly. Oh, wait.
And that's why they were fine.
Kojo, bizarre question say. And Kojo, this question goes to you. Kojo, say we can talk any product. Now you actually best before, not best before ni chemo ubedi. Kojo, simple ubedi.
Remember, on this table, me not be questions. You must send me questions.
Kojo, it's good you are running away, but you are making
I'm not running away.
Say you are near best before. Madam Fremont Paris.
Okay.
Me and Metia.
Mate.
Benghazi.
Metasi.
Even say catch on pose. FDA has even extended the shelf life. Now we dimpo.
Mate.
There is that kind of fear in it. So let us not try to justify this uncalled for attitude.
I didn't know you organize a mafia all the time. You are just importing rice to feed our students.
You see, Asema Minia Ekano. Enim sir.
I want to address my question.
There are two separate issues. And Kofono and Mono Modebayano as to whether or not say a Mono Modebayano not a contaminated and a wholesome. FDA Amayati say a mono a wholesome into Kulani Betunyedi. Adiana FDA any company name Yadin say Makofa a mono fi India ba. And a mono a change a mono from Sa India bags no. Edia Kwako set made in Ghana bag mu. And a FDA catching on so baby I'm yes Adia and your license.
Okay.
Into what final
member and
I make sure was say
so
at the end of the day. Yeah, buy local production, local capacity. Even in poultry near the Ninano. You have to move 50%.
No, yeah.
Make sure was said when it comes to rice growing, any poultry pneumonia now. Yeah, the bill Eco Parliament said Tower needs annual more importment amendment only I had the coin. What were they saying?
Yes, but this one doesn't need you to go to Parliament.
That's what I'm saying, sir. That's what I'm saying, sir. This government is bent on making sure say local production
okay.
Now or can send me on there. Are you not coming
back to me?
These guys.
You went to him, you came to me.
And this for me, but hold on.
You went to him, you came to me.
Quick reminder. 1 minute.
Okay.
Look.
And a wrap up now because I was saying before.
And this for they do not respect headmasters and headmistresses. It's a more patch that say, I'm a smart headmaster. My headmaster
they were doing it before. I'll give it time. Don't worry. Gentlemen.
Headmasters,
Benghazi. Oh, yeah, nice young man. I don't know. 03022211701 03022211702 03022211703 and 03022211704 but your friend here no ndinko 03022211701 memfa comment way. Okay, I think that Benghazi, just a minute. What for the on the Mahama na make
secondary school am no call na nya bezes cooks and they are responsible for buying food.
Okay, but me call Bedu Bonso Senior Technical School. Time I'm going to hostel.
Okay, but before
me say business na talk. Yeah, schools na talk. Benghazi, on small bias on Benghazi. Mama, no. Allow him. Yes, Benghazi.
And I made this roadside noise and communication.
No,
we are here to educate people.
Headmaster, headmistress.
Please, will you respect them?
But Charles for Nankasa, which is the head.
I'm telling you,
they are not complaining.
You see, Ben, you see, what could school? I have king kind. And you about some of the headmaster. Even the Charles, will you control him?
Benghazi,
control him, please. Headmasters Association. Cry, call, say, they need those things to be decentralized.
Yeah.
so that omo abeko dwom ato wholesome food nutritious food e dey am mofra no and John Mahama ya dwini school no we have agreed me ba two okay
bonite o mama
okay FDA
mama peke kola no wo fa ya good morning pacho mama ntie why hello wo fa ya over ya mama ntie o do volume on your TV why as I obey you volume on your TV na tie who on the phone why na ye nin komo over ya okay 2 p.m. I ready 2 p.m. pacho mama ntie
when you 2 p.m. ni masomo asante mampo
yo
na mama mo abaso no ujuma pa udi pa na bibia NDC regional chairman will be a mama nchia na Ashanti regional na kwesi minia share MPP ni no let's can say onya ntobo asie why because yeah nanado danko akufo ado abuwa kwa mugabe oba power minia ne nim say nka wotam health insurance card kura na aka betimi ya de akobe bi te say KFC na nka wo de aye de akwa akodidi by sena entesa share free education sama minia atake wa kan nanado e-blocks na His Excellency Goodluck Obama Trump Mahama see you know tell grant ko free education ni bi wo mana minia
yo mate me da say mama fa Samuel so ha Samuel good morning
yeah your friend is Samuel me Kasafi Samuel
mama ntie
yeah me Kasafi Eastern region Kokwantumi na mi ni ana ka bibi say free SHS Nkwala no double track na double track no say school dine ade besisi honum kwa ebi amakwan ebi titifie ene ade na buy no ade that double track no e buy say time besisi honum kwa ne ade a yenya benefit dia mfiso ne ade and then kwala ni bi ba
all right
Mate. So MPP dia
Mate me da say Akismi was Shibekwa on Facebook or say I strongly disagree with the claim that former President J. Kufuor has endorsed Dr. Bawumia for the presidency. In our opinion, President Kufuor would not genuinely support someone he knows to be a failure. While Dr. Bawumia boasts of his experience at the Bank of Ghana and being an economic wizard, our current economic state tells a different story. Well, your friend Samuel Kojo Brace, my dad, my baby for Ase. Benjamin Jewu Apia Benghazi of the MPP, Godwin Mahama, NDC Communications team member. Mahama, I'll say a call because of on behalf of my production team, headed by Ora AC Ohene and Wala, the cameraman, director, sound for Medasi, what you see, and Anna Piensia, Yami Adoma, Nnawotwi, at the enemy. Good morning.